Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name is Bridget and today we're going to be picking my October TBR using the TBR jar and also going over all the books that I read in September along with rating and reviews. So come along with me to pick my October TBR. Alright, so we're doing a TBR jar style. This is my jar. It is a little elephant planter that I think I got it from like Target so many years ago. Never put a plant in it. I can't keep plants alive like at all, so now it's my TBR jar. So currently I'm reading When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. So that one is definitely on my October TBR. I'm just over 50% through it, so hopefully I'll get that done. But yeah, so let's go ahead and pick some prompts. I don't know what's in here. I made these a while ago. Okay. Book with a color in the title. Okay. Okay, so my TBR is kind of up there. You can like kind of see it. So I went through it and I found a few, but the one I'm gonna choose is The Only Purple House in Town because this is a witch story and it's October, so perfect for the Halloween season. So I'm gonna choose this one. I think it's part of an interconnected standalone. I don't really want to read the back. I don't love reading the back of books because I love going to books pretty much blind, but I know it's like she lives in some sort of like mythical house. I think it's like an Airbnb type house, and like yeah, it's an interconnected standalone book. I think this is like the third one and then there's a few other out there, so I'm gonna read this one because purple in the title. This is so pretty. Look at that. Okay, this is our first book. All right, now we're gonna choose our second book. I'm thinking, so I read 6 books in September and I'm already reading When the Moon Hatched, so I'm thinking, oh, and I have a book club book, so I'm thinking I'm gonna choose 4 books from the TBR jar. So let's see. Okay. Book that I bought based on the cover. Okay. Okay, so after kind of like thinking it through and looking at the books on my TBR, I decided to go with 5 Broken Blades, mostly because it has these beautiful sprayed edges, and I'm not gonna lie, the reason I bought this book was because of the sprayed edges. So I've heard good things, I've heard bad things about this book, so I want to read it. It's a fantasy book. People said it gives Six of Crows vibes, so I think I'd really love it. I love the found family aspect, especially in fantasy books, so I'm gonna give this book a try. And again, I bought it because of the sprayed edges. It was also discounted. I think it was like 50% off at Barnes & Noble when I bought it. So yeah, this is the book that I bought based off of the cover. So book number 3. Let's do this. I have like 2 books that I really want to read this month, but I don't know. Ooh, okay. Book that starts with the letter B. I decided to go with The Boyfriend Project. So before you're like, that starts with the, not B. Sometimes like people don't include the in like the title because like the is just kind of like a statement, not really like the actual title. I don't know. I decided to exclude the and just go Boyfriend Project. So this is a book that starts with the letter B, The Boyfriend Project. She is cheated on by her boyfriend and then swears off dating and stuff, and of course meets a lovely guy after she decides to create like her own dating app kind of thing. Stick around if you want to see me read this because I feel like I've never seen like anyone really read this book, but I found it. It's a book of the month book. I found it at the thrift bookstore that I love, and yeah, it looks very interesting. So, but I'm definitely glad to put this on my TBR because I love a little rom-com on my TBR. All right, so now this is gonna be our last poll, which is kind of sad, honestly. I wish I had time to read more, but like 6 this month is honestly gonna be pushing it. So let's see. I really want to read a specific book and I'm hoping that the prompt would work for it. Okay. Oh Oh my god, wait, this actually works for this book. Okay, hang on. Hang on, I know what I'm gonna be choosing. Okay, so the prompt was book in a series, and the book that I really wanted to read this month is The X Hex, and it's in a series with The Kiss Curse, and I don't know if there's more right now or not, but they're like interconnected standalone like witchy books, so perfect for October. So I'm gonna put both of these because like it's a series, you know, and I feel like they're kind of short, so I mean they're probably like 300 pages, but I'm currently reading an 800-page book, so you know, short in a relative sense. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna put both of these on my TBR, and yeah, now it's up to like 7 books. Alright, and then the last book on my TBR is my book club book for the month. I haven't decided if I'm reading it yet or not, because like I own it, but I don't love thrillers, so. But that is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. So I'm like 50-50 on if I'm gonna read it or not, but our book club discussion is November 1st, so I do need to read it within the month of October. Okay, so now let's go through all the books I'm planning on reading in October. This is very ambitious, but yeah. So I'm reading currently When the Moon Hatched. I'm like this much through, I have like this much left, so I should be able to finish this within this week, so that's good. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, The X Hex and the Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling, The Boyfriend Project by Farah Rokan. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your last name correctly. 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corlin, and The Only Purple House in Town by Anne Aguirre? A-G-U-I-R-E? Aguirre? I'm so sorry if I can't pronounce his name. So now that we have gone through all the books that I'm going to be reading in October, let's go through all the books that I have read in September. So the first book is Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. This is a Rapunzel like Tangled retelling. If you love the movie Tangled from Disney, you're gonna love this book. Like this book is so Tangled. Like it's perfect retelling. Like I feel like sometimes you read retellings and you're like, okay, like that was like a loose adaptation, but like this one, spot on. Like spot on. The characters, spot on. So good. So definitely recommend. I think I give it about 4.25 stars. It was like good. It was just like a rom-com. Yeah. There's nothing like that stood out to me that like really like I resonated with, but overall it was so entertaining. Kept me up till 2 a.m. to finish it, and I read from like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m. So definitely entertaining, and again, if you love Tangled, you're gonna love this book. Next is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is by V.E. Schwab. It's about Addie LaRue who makes a deal and to live forever, except that she cannot be remembered by anyone. So she's always forgotten as soon as somebody walks through a doorway or turns around, or nobody ever remembers who she is until somebody does. And it was really good. It was very like different from the last book. I read this book, then that book. I'm doing them in reverse order. So Tangled Up in You was the last book I read, then this one, and then yeah. But anyway, so Invisible Life of Addie LaRue I thought was really good. I love the messaging of it so much. I think I give it about 4 stars. There's nothing like wrong with it. There's like some slower parts to it, and I didn't love it as much as the previous books that I had read, because I did have 2 5 stars this month, so it was really hard to live up to those to read this after. But I don't know, I thought it was good. I definitely highly recommend it. But again, there are some serious topics in this, so I would check trigger warnings before going in to read this. But yeah, it just moved a little bit slow for me. Other than that, I thought it was really good and really enjoyable, so definitely go read it if you've been thinking about it. The next book I read is Casey McClinton's The Pairing. Oh my god, and then it has these beautiful sprayed edges. I just have to show them off every time I hold up this book. So The Pairing is about Theo and Kit, and Theo and Kit are 2 exes who broke up 4 years ago, and they end up on the same European food and wine tour. And so it's about them kind of like reconnecting, and they make like a challenge or like a game on the tour and are competing against each other. And so it's really well done. But it is such a good book. I love Casey McClinton's writing so much. They wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue and One Last Stop, One Last Stop is one of my favorite books of all time, and this book is so good as well. I gave this book 5 stars. It was just like, I don't know, I felt the characters like in my soul. Like, I love them so much. I love their relationship, I love the ending, I love everything about this book. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this book, and you guys should go check out other Casey Winston books. Although this book is definitely spicy. Most of their books are a little bit spicy. This one's definitely the spiciest, so just check that out if you're not into spice. It may not be for you, but I loved it so much and highly, highly, highly recommend. The next book the book before that I read is Anxious People by Friedrich Bachmann. I gave this book 5 stars as well. I honestly really, really love this book. Again, it kept me up like reading it. Like, I just wanted to finish it so bad. I wanted to know what happened. I thought it was so good. I thought it was incredible and such a different book from what I normally read, but it's still like incredibly hilarious and incredibly like heartfelt, and I'd highly recommend this. I think everyone should read this book, but also check the trigger warnings because there are so many heavier topics covered in this book. And if you Google it, the Google will tell you everything, the Google. But yeah, I thought it was really well done, really heartfelt, and it's about a bank robbery that isn't a bank robbery, and then a hostage situation that is not necessarily a hostage situation. So, but definitely go check out this book. All right, and then I read You're the Problem, It's You by Emma Albin. I thought this book was really good. So the first book in this series is Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, and that book follows Beth and Gwen as they kind of like have like a parent trap situation. They're trying to get their parents together. They realize that their parents had dated when they were younger. Now they want them to get back together. So they're trying to like match make them and stuff. And now this one follows Beth and Gwen's cousins. So it's James and Bobby. Forgot their names, had to read the back. But it's James and Bobby, and they had known each other in college and now are back in the same town. It's kind of Bridgerton vibes. If you like Bridgerton, it's great. It is spicy, so both of the books in the series are spicy. If that's not for you, it's not for you, but I did really, really, really enjoy them. And yeah, and I love the Taylor Swift themed titles, so definitely would recommend both books in this series. Definitely read the first book first, then this one, because I feel like it's just, it makes you feel more connected to the characters if you have read the first book before this one. And then the first book that I read in September was Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. This book was really good. So I read Assistant to the Villain last year, and I liked it. I think I gave it like 4-ish stars. This one I thought was better. I liked it more than the first one. I love her humor so much, and I loved how quickly this one moved. I think it moved quicker than the other one. There's a lot more like fantasy elements, a lot more like dangerous elements, but I would still give it probably about, I think like I gave it like 4.5 stars. I don't remember exactly. It follows Evie and the villain, and this is kind of like more of, it's like hard to describe because it's the second book in a series and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like another like slow burn. Like the relationship, if you don't like romance in your books, or like you like hints of romance but never turns into anything, I think you'll like these books because the romance is such a slow burn. It's so slow, and it's not my favorite thing. But other than that, I thought it was really well done. And again, her humor is top notch. Like, Hannah Nicole Mayer knows how to write humor. It's so good. So I would recommend these books. Definitely. I think they're also perfect for like the fall season right now, like October. So I would definitely go check this out and check out Assistant to the Villain first. You do need to read that one first. So yeah. All right, so now those are all the books that I read in September and my October TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of the books on my October TBR, if you read any books that I read in September, and what you guys think of those books. Yeah, that's it for today's video. I will probably make an update seeing how many books in my TBR I can actually read. Other than that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!